pride aside. I know you, but I don't know you. You know you, but do you know you? Ego and pride aside. You know me, but you don't know me. I know me, but do I know me? Ego and pride aside. I know you.
What time is it?
Ego and pride aside.
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 Yeah, it's me once again, Gant. Brother KD. We're gonna do this one more again. Topic today: maintenance and upkeep. Maintenance and upkeep is basically about yourself. Keeping, your health, your mind, your body, your soul, and your goals. So we're gonna elaborate a little bit on that, talk a little on it, and see if you guys can get something and grasp something from it. So what you think about ego pride inside, as well as maintenance and upkeep?
Oh, ego and pride aside, that's a very profound statement. So a lot of times, a lot of the obstacles in life, what gets in our way is actually our ego and our pride.
Absolutely.
Sometimes two people could actually argue about or have a disagreement about something, and the fact that their ego and their pride, they focus too much on themselves being right instead of just trying to find the truth of the matter.
Absolutely.
And what did you say?
Maintenance and upkeep.
So maintenance and upkeep is basically how you maintain yourself and how you upkeep yourself. People who have valuable vehicles, valuable cars, nice apartments, they want the way they maintain and they upkeep their nice things and they maintain things. There's nothing more valuable than yourself and who you are.
Absolutely.
And then so if somebody was to buy a brand new car today, the first thing that they actually would do is go down to the car wash, try to wash the car, vacuum it out. They want to keep it clean, wax it, and there's nothing more valuable than yourself.
Absolutely.
And
it's just that maintenance.
And then the maintenance, it's not just the exterior. It could be also like the interior. Yeah. And then would you like to elaborate on that? Because it's all it's your podcast, your subject matter.
Well, it's really not so much solely about me.
Yeah.
Really, when I touch on this topic here, I have to speak for myself, and what you grasp from it is what you grasp from it. What I want to talk about is basically like you as an individual, your own person. Everybody have their own, as far as itinerary, as far
their
as own style, own way of they doing things, as far as keeping themselves up. Some people they like low cut. Some people go with the bald head. Some people go with the shave, the gold tee, just the mustache, or some people even rock the clean face. I can't do the clean face. It's just not my style.
What do you mean the clean face? The butt face?
Yeah, they call it the booty face. I can't do the booty face. You know what I mean? And when it comes to your maintenance, your upkeep, a lot of that is instilled in you, at a young age. I can remember, when I was a young kid, my mom, she always kept things neatly and kept them in order. As far as the kitchen, the living room, the bedrooms, even when it comes to the clothing, as far as when you wash it, how you take it out, from the dryer after it comes from the washer to the dryer and you fold it. So there were just things that she done in order to keep things in order. And that was just dealing with, the household. When it came to like you as an individual, I can remember me as a kid thinking just because I didn't go outside to play or run around, I didn't have to get in that water.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my mom made it, something that we did on a daily is make sure that we got in that water and kept ourselves clean. As far as like looking at the individuals that basically gave me a different level of just like cleanliness, I could say as far as when it comes to the physical form, I looked at more like, I remember my dad when he was in the household, he did like push-ups and stuff like that. Okay. He always kept himself tuned up. You know what I mean? He was always in shape. Then I had like my uncle Junior Woods. He was an individual that he was styled as well as my dad. I never seen my dad in a pair of tennis shoes ever. He always had them one thick little layer boots with the zip up the side. Always had the slacks, a nice little button up. He wore the pork chops at the side at the time with the little afro, and that was just kind of his style. But it was always a clean style. Kept himself clean. Kept his cars, his vehicles in tip-top shape. You know, they was always clean. Junior Woods was an individual that basically, he was the first one that I think that introduced me to the starching the clothes, because he was always starching his jeans, and he had that crease straight down the middle. And so Junior Woods was the one that was talking to me about that. And I remember with him, I used to get this Christmas package every year at a young age. It was that Brute 33.
Oh, the Brute?
Yeah, the Brute 33. So we used to have the big bottle, the medium bottle, and then we had the little bottle. That was the bottle I took to school. That was the fragrance, you know what I'm saying, that I wore. And I can remember him saying, I was putting it on, you know, I was putting it on. It was strong. And I remember him saying, hey, he said, don't put that on, you know, on your clothes and things like that, because once it get to smelling, you know what I'm saying, you get to sweating, it leaves off a different scent or a different smell. You know what I mean?
So what you say about that? You know how, because sometimes,
go ahead.
What you say about that when people, they actually not take a shower, man, and it'll be musty, you know, all of a sudden they be like, hold on, let me get the little spray on, or female or male.
That's when you putting that COD on.
COD, what's the COD?
COD is cologne over dirt. That's one thing you definitely don't want to do, because it may smell good to you because you're used to the smell and the fragrance. It's just like each and every individual has their own smell. You know what I mean? Some people got smells that you want to be close to. They got some other people, they got smells you want to be far away from. Yeah. So, I mean, even if you enter a person's house, their scent and their fragrance, as far as the smells, are totally different. So it's just like, for me, as, you know, adult, you know, what I try to do is have everyday, you know, a cologne that I put on, and then I have one that, you know, when I'm stepping out, you know what I'm saying, that's another one I put on. You know, and all my fragrances, they cost, you know, they cost a little something. So if you want something that smell good and there's something that's nice, it's gonna cost you a couple $100 a bottle or more. You know what I mean? Real. So I mean, at the minimum, you know what I mean, unless you're getting a small bottle, but decent fragrances. If you know what I'm saying, if you really want to smell good, that's the way to go with it. You know what I mean? So it's just moving right along, as far as with individuals that I can't forget, was my Uncle Clint. Uncle Clint was a guy that basically he worked the garbage route, but you never know that he worked.
So he was a garbage man.
He was a garbage man. I mean, that was the thing to go when a lot of people, so my family come from the South.
Him being a garbage man, why would he stand out when it comes to uptake and maintenance? What about, because when somebody's a garbage man, how does that?
Well, if you didn't know him,
how did he work it? Yeah,
I mean, if you didn't know him, you would have never knew he was a garbage man.
Oh, okay.
I mean, because at the time, garbage man was like a decent, high-paying job, and for a lot of my family that came down from the South, you know what I'm saying, all of them got on the garbage route. You know what I mean? Being a garbage man, you know what I'm saying. At the time, these garbage cans was basically, for one, you had to be in shape, because there was the big iron ones that you throw over your shoulder. And if you did it over a long period of time, due to how the garbage can sat, it left that permanent mark on your shoulder if you have something to pat it. You know what I'm saying? So I remember, you know, I used to see him take his shirt off. You know, he was cut up, and he had that mark that sat over his shoulder and whatnot. But if you didn't know him personally, you would have never knew he was in the garbage, because once he got off the garbage route, he came, took that shower, and he said, hey, he used to drive a lot of them Cougars. Cougar cars back in the days. They was little 2 doors, real clean, brains blown, the whole 9. And then he always had suits, and he wore cowboy hats and cowboy boots. You know what I mean? He was another one that.
So he probably just went out from the garbage, looked like the garbage.
No, that was. I mean,
he come in and out like.
No, garbage. It was just his employment, and the garbage at the time paid good money. You know what I'm saying? A lot of individuals, you know, worked off that garbage route, retired off of that garbage money. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, as far as with him, his cleanliness, he had that fragrance, that strong fragrance, you know what I'm saying? Had his pieces that he wore at the particular time, you know, and everything like that. But just his cleanliness, even when you went to his house, he had cleanliness. I can remember what I picked up at a young age, that he used to set his magazines down, and I'm pretty sure you could vouch for this, to where all his magazines was straight, you know, to each edge in order, and they lined up perfectly. And I think that's where I picked up a lot of my neatness, you know, as far as from him, as far as everything orderly. And then one thing that I do, as far as when it comes to that, is basically, I know where everything's at, because I set everything in the same spot. If you go to my house, you'll think my house is staged. You know what I mean? But in all actuality, it's just me in the way that I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just like to know where something's at, and I like to know exactly, because if you can come in, you can move a chair, or you can move whatever, and I know it been moved. That's just me. But as far as like me keeping myself right, keep myself tuned, I go to the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the gym ain't for everybody. You know, it's not for everybody. But the gym is one thing that I do in order to keep myself, you know what I'm saying, in decent shape. I've been working out since I was a kid. You know what I mean? But now I just took it to the next level. And what I mean by that is I done packed on a little bit of more muscle instead of being, you know, like cut up. You know what I'm saying? Doing calisthenics and things like that. And then I played football at a young age. But that iron, it puts on a whole different muscle to you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, iron put on a whole different muscle to you. And that's kind of something that I always reiterate to people, that calisthenics, they're good. But lifting them weights, they're gonna put them animalistic knots on you. That's what I call it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make people think that he's off something. You know what I mean? So I go, you know, so I go to the gym and I do it, you know, preferably, you know, me personally, I do it 5 days out of the week.
So the upkeep and maintenance, it basically is about just your hygiene.
Yeah.
You know, and keeping your hygiene together.
Yep.
Your physical well-being together.
Well-being.
And your mental well-being.
Yeah.
You know, so it's all circled around mind.
Yep.
Body, and then whatever your particular goals is.
Goals.
Yeah, souls and goals.
Yeah.
So, being a single father, you know, co-parenting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, taking care of your
Let's make sure we say that right.
Yeah,
she'll be talking about single father. She'll be like, oh, well, just how you doing it? But yeah, go ahead.
Co-parenting. What kind of skills or abilities or knowledge that you passed on? Because it seems like you had a lot of shared experiences by watching a lot of older men in your life, and you was able to kind of like see what they was doing and pick certain things what they did and applied it to your life.
That's my life. Absolutely.
What are some of the things that you have gave your son, and what are some of the things that you would ask possibly the audience, or you would tell the audience that they could pass on to their kids, especially males?
Well, first and foremost, one thing that you most definitely have to do, you got to lead by example.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because if you're telling a person one thing and you're doing another, you know what I'm saying, how could you make that believable? So one thing that my son sees, number one, is I let him know that, you know, when it comes to, because I don't drink, I don't smoke, or anything like that. And I let him know, you know, because everybody think that they have to indulge in something in order to have a good time. Or you're not with the in crowd. You know what I'm saying? You're with the out crowd because you're not doing certain things. So I let them know, as far as, you know, when it comes to like drinking, smoking, anything like that, because he's in high school now, that he don't have to do. It don't make you an outcast. If anything, it make you a person that's in. You know what I mean? Real. And really, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be on point. Yeah. And it's going to help you because he's in the sports. It's going to help you perform better. It's going to help you think better. It's going to help you in a whole lot of different aspects of life, especially in your schooling. You know what I mean? So I just let him know off top that, you know what I'm saying, one of the things you have to do is basically think for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't follow the in crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then another thing that I always, you know, and like I said, I try to lead by example, is where I keep myself, you know what I'm saying? Like when he see me, you know, I keep myself groomed decently. You know what I mean? He see, you know what I'm saying? And he lives with me. So when it comes to like showering, cleaning up, picking up after yourself, so forth and so on, he has, you know what I'm saying? He follows that, you know, that lead. And when it comes to cleanliness, you know, I basically taught my son you know, how to clean himself, because a lot of people, they don't know how to clean themselves. Truthfully, they don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So do you have like a method? Is there like a way? When you say clean yourself, is it kind of like a step to it?
It's a step.
A procedure, a policy?
Actually,
you know, usually when kids brush their teeth.
Actually it is.
What's the program?
So when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, we didn't take showers. We took baths.
Oh,
and
okay.
One thing that I recognize as far as taking a bath, a lot of the dirt, you know, and whatever else, it sits in the water. So actually, when you take a bath, you're not really getting things up off of your body. You know what I mean? Things is kind of, you know, jumping right back up on you. You know what I mean? Because if you look around the tub and so forth, that's why a lot of times, that's why I leave rings.
Yeah.
So when it comes to a shower, you can actually, you know what I'm saying, relieve a lot of things that's off of you. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna rinse it down. You know.
Yeah.
So one thing that I do is basically I do keep a bar soap. You know what I'm saying, which is Dove, and I also keep a body wash, which some people have their preference, and you also have to have a wash rag. Some people think that you don't need a wash rag. You just put the soap on and you lather it up and so forth and so on. But you can't move nothing because you got to realize you got dead skin on your body. You know what I'm saying? At particular times, especially in the summertime, you know what I'm saying, when the sun is burning your skin, so forth and so on. So, or you create dry skin, and then your body produces, you know what I'm saying, your skin produces certain skin cells, you know what I'm saying, throughout a period of time. But what I basically taught my son is a way of cleaning itself. And what I said is first thing that you want to do is set you a proper temperature as far as when it comes to taking a shower. That being something, some people take hot showers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I didn't had a female set my water to where when I got in it, I thought she was trying to boil me. You know what I'm saying? it's too hot. Yeah, I tell her I can't get down like that. That ain't comfortable to me. Yeah. So with him, you know, find his temperature. Once you find your temperature, get underneath the water. You know what I'm saying? Run it over your entire body. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's a form of a rinse type mode. Yeah. So after that, you know what I'm saying? You have your towel. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Take your towel, run your towel, wipe your face up with the towel.
No, do body soap? Do you put the body soap on? Or soap on
after a period of time.
When do you put the body soap? You just take the towel with the
water?
So
basically, a good method to have is what we do as far as you can take, because some people use bar. I use bar and I use body wash. Yeah. So I'm going to give you the method that I use, but I'm going to give you the method that I gave my son as well. With my son, I basically, because it was just his beginning, and now he was no longer, you know, showering with me. You know what I mean? When I'm cleaning him and things like that, because he's of age now. You know what I mean? He's looking around and things like that. So now we passed that. Yeah, you got to get in the water yourself now, boy. But so what I basically taught him at a young age, preferably he had to be about I want to say about 5. You know what I mean? About 5 years old. Okay. That I, you know what I'm saying, that I, you know, got on. He used to like take baths and stuff, bubble baths more so. But with the whole shower thing, I basically gave him the method of basically rinsing yourself off, washing your face, you know what I'm saying, with the towel, move it around. Mm-hmm. After you wash his face with the towel, you take whatever, you be lathering your area up, you know what I'm saying? So you'll lather behind your ears, over your face, so forth and so on, behind your neck. Then what you'll do is hit your areas, you know what I'm saying, armpits. You hit your genital areas, you hit your butt, then you hit your feet, you hit it last. Yeah. After you do all that, you know your shower water is going to be running. So what you do is you take whatever soap that you have, right? Yeah. Put your soap on your rag, and you'll go over that same process all over again, but this time with a rag. Yeah. So only thing that you'll hit last is your feet. Yeah. You know what I mean? And second to last,
so you kind of double up.
Yeah, your butt. Yeah. You got to keep yourself clean. Yeah. So then once you start, you know what I'm saying, you hit these areas last. But what comes first is basically your face always. Behind your ears, your neck. Take the towel, throw it over your back. Yeah. Do that old move like that. Yeah. Then you hit your back, you get your arms, so forth, your torso. After you get your torso, go down to your legs, hit both of your legs. You know, hit your genital areas. Yeah. Hit your crack, then your feet. Once you do that, go ahead and rinse it. You know what I mean? And you're good to go. That's just like a little method. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then like,
man, you guys hear that, man? That's all steps for men, for the parent and for the kids and stuff like that, man. That's good.
Yeah, and then like another way that we get down is as far as like when people use the restroom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think a lot of people, they don't touch on this. And I mean, maybe they feel that a person already knows this, but I don't think they do, because it's like this. If you gonna sit down on that toilet, on that porcelain, you know what I mean? You have to wet wipe.
Wet wipe.
You have to put some water. You have to put some water.
Yeah, what's wet wipe?
It's basically either you're gonna use a wet wipe, which is to wipe your ass, basically, or you're gonna use a towel, soap and water, whatever it may be. You got to use a wet wipe. Some people dry wipe completely, and they think because they don't see nothing on the toilet paper, they think they're all good. Yeah. Then you step out here and you get to sweating.
Oh, y'all got,
and then all of a sudden, you know, you got people looking around like somebody didn't pass gas, or they looking at the bottom of their shoe because they think somebody stepped on it. But all along, it's you. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure you're right? So my thing is, you have to wet wipe. And then some people say, oh, what if I'm out and about? What if I'm so forth and so on? Now, me personally, if I got to use the bathroom at that extent, I'm trying to get to the house. I don't really do the community thing. But if you do, man, take that towel, paper towel, go over to that sink, wet you about 3-4 of them, right? and go back to the store. Because sometimes it's an emergency. You can't make it home. You know what I'm saying? To do the necessary steps.
Yeah.
So you got to go make your wet wipe, clean yourself up, and get back to it. You know what I mean? But you just, you know what I'm saying? But you have to wet wipe. And, you know, the thing is, nobody actually never taught me that. It was through, we used to wear them fruit of balloons back in the days, right? And wearing them fruit of balloons, I know that I cleaned myself. I didn't see nothing. But after you go outside and sweat and run, so I learned that at a young age. As an adult, we didn't get out like that. You know what I'm saying? But and you go in there, you got the fruit of balloons on, right? And you look at the fruit of balloons, you know, you see you got them streaks. So you wonder like, dang, I cleaned myself, but what's going on? But the whole time, you don't know the thing. You don't know that once you do that toilet paper, all that toilet paper do is a dry run. So it's gonna be dry eventually because you're constantly wiping with a dry, you know, with a dry surface. So at the end of the day, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying, as an adult, I hope you do know that you have to wet wipe. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing you don't want to do is ever get with a female and you're living with her and you at the age that you are and she's doing your laundry and you still had these streaks in your nose.
That's some weird shit.
Yeah, that's some weird shit.
Yeah, and then another thing is, I mean, from the Islamic principle, that's a natural part of, you know, Islam is the wet wipe. You know what I'm saying? You take water, even when you urinate, you pour water over yourself to make sure that you know, removing drops of urine. You know,
true
so you clean yourself. Same way when you take a shit or something like that.
Yeah.
So you know, what I try to do also, I just try to wipe with my left hand. You know, instead of my right hand, because that's you know, right hand is what I eat.
Yeah.
And I don't eat with my left hand. You know,
that's another one.
That's
too.
another thing. You know, and it's just basically a basic. All of this is hygiene. You know, upkeeping your hygiene, being as optimal as possible, and trying to be as clean as possible as you can. And this is why it's important to be able to have conversations like that. Because a lot of people, the reality of it is people do not focus on the most important things and taking care of themselves.
Man.
You know, on all levels. And that's on hygiene levels. And a lot of times people, it's staged. It's all about entertainment purposes. You know? You know, and then, you know, 9 times out of 10, if you get behind this camera, you look in somebody's closet and see it's all dirty or something, or look to their bathroom. And it's all about being the best you.
Yeah, at the end of the day. That's exactly what it is. And another thing that I like to talk a little bit on is, you know, like people these days, they wear certain things. Like me personally, they got the fitted underwear, right?
Yeah.
And then they got the boxers.
Yeah.
So there was a time that
I wore both.
Yeah.
It was just old school. I think a lot of times it was a stage to where they had just new fits. Like you just try to come in, and it was one of them things like you got like brand new pants, brand new drawers, brand new boxers, brand new shirts, brand new t-shirts. So I just got into that just because it was.
But nobody's actually giving you the science on the fruit of balloon and the boxer thing. And people could say, "Oh, I like to move freely." I mean, but it sounds good. But everybody knows that men, we got balls, we got nut sacks.
Yeah.
So what happens is over a period of time, you know what I'm saying? Things get heavy. So when they get heavy, they start moving away from your body.
Yeah.
Just like a woman when it comes to her bra, she has to pull them up. If she don't, eventually they're going heavy, they're going to sag over a period of time. So the same thing goes with your genitals. You have to wear them fitted drawers to keep things lifted up. If not, that weight is going to cause it to sag. And as you become an older man, that's most definitely going to happen in all departments. You know, so it's like for instance, when it comes to like the attire that people wear these days, you know, and I feel like this goes for people at a certain age. I feel like you should wear certain things. I feel like certain clothes is strictly for the younger generation. You know, there's no reason why, you know, I'm 90, you know, I'm just using it as a figure of speech. I'm only 51, I should say to be exact. But I'm trying to dress like this 21-year-old. You know what I mean?
No, it don't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. And even with the slitted jeans, I remember anything with a hole in them, that was considered raggedy. See, this new era got it to wear jeans, thighs hanging out, pockets, so forth and so on, showing your leg. I mean, the females, I feel like that look cool. You know what I'm saying? But they show a little thigh, they show a little butt, you know, a little butt cheek or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a man, I don't think a man should be showing nothing.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? Not with the legs and things like that. You know what I mean? It's something that I feel that's, you know, more of a feminine thing than you know what I'm saying, than just, you know what I'm saying, a woman thing rather than a man thing. It's even with today, you know, with the trends and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
This is all has to do with maintenance, upkeep, attire, so forth and so on. I never heard of something called a man purse.
Man.
Yeah, they talking.
Explain to the man purse.
Man, they saying a man purse is basically a purse
What does
that
a purse
woman
mean? A purse.
A purse that a woman normally carried since I was a young kid. Now men carry them and call it a man purse.
Yeah,
it's what's happening. It's 20 to 25 right now today.
Yeah, it's different.
So it's different. You know, so I mean, and I think that, you know, it's nothing against anybody, but I feel as a man, we got to keep our masculinity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have to, because I look at it like this. In ways, when a woman looks at you, I think they say provider as well as protector. You know what I mean? And in a lot of these situations, when you look at some of these men, a lot of times, I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but you don't know if they're going to protect you or try to hit on you. You don't know. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. So I just say, as far as your attire, you know, as far as when it represents you as a person, you know, it's all in that first impression. You know what I'm saying, that a lot of people talk about. I know when you go to the gym, you're not going to be suited. You're going to wear your gym things. And this is kind of like, you know, what I get down in as far as in the gym right now.
Okay,
you know
so looking at your attire right now, what you got on? Like what?
This is basically like a jogging suit, some nice comfortable shoes, just in case you want to get in the treadmill, stair stepper, or whatever it is, squat in, whatever it may be. A decent workout shirt. Typically, you want it to be not a t-shirt that basically is too thick.
Yeah.
Because you tend to sweat a lot more. And you also want, you know what I'm saying, your body to breathe.
Yeah.
As far as your pores, I usually wear a ball cap. That's just one of my trademarks. I turn it backwards.
Ego and pride aside. I know you, but I don't know you. You know you, but do you know you? Ego and pride aside. You know me, but you don't know me. I know me, but do I know me? Ego and pride aside. I know you, but you don't